morning and welcome. I am Sergeant Chris Burley of the Portland Police Bureau, and today I have the honor of being Master of Ceremonies as we swear in 2 new police officers, recognize 2 professional staff promotions, promote 2 detectives, and recognize 2 appointments to Commander. When I call your name, please come forward and stand with Chief Outlaw. Remain standing here until I'm done saying nice things about you. Family members, please feel free to get closer to take a quick photo of your loved one.
Good morning. Good morning.
The following professional staff members were promoted earlier this year. Kelly Hess. Kelly was promoted to Police Administrative Support Specialist on September 20th, 2018. He is assigned to the Detective Division. Kelly was hired by the Portland Police Bureau on March 9th, 2017 after graduating from Portland State University's Honor College with a degree from the Political Science program. He started his career as a police desk clerk assigned to Central Precinct. Congratulations, Kelly.
Figure out how to. We're still looking for it. Right.
Do we need?
We can redo it if you.
Do we want to do it again? Okay. Linda LeBlond. Linda was promoted to Police Administrative Support Specialist on March 22nd, 2018, and assigned to the Transit Police Division. Linda was hired by the Portland Police Bureau on December 5th, 2013 as a police desk clerk. She worked at East Precinct and North Precinct. Linda has a commendation letter in her file from a gentleman who thanked her for being courteous and helpful following his property being stolen. Congratulations, Linda. The following individuals are being sworn in as police officers today. Kyle Dooley. Kyle was raised in Hoffman Estates, a suburb of Chicago. He attended Marquette University in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where he graduated with honors in criminology and sociology. Since graduation, Kyle has worked in security while applying with the Portland Police Bureau. He was attracted to Oregon's natural beauty and way of life. Kyle's hobbies include hiking, weightlifting, and cheering on his hometown NHL team, the Blackhawks. Congratulations and welcome, Kyle. Sebastian Dragomir. Sebastian was born in Sibiu, Romania, and moved with his parents to the United States in 1989. He grew up in the Portland area and attended ITT Technical Institute, where he received an associate's degree in computer electronics engineering technology, and Portland Community College, where he received an associate's degree in biomedical engineering. Sebastian was most recently employed as a biomedical technician lead at Legacy Health Systems in Portland. He has also been a Portland Police Bureau Reserve officer since 2015. Sebastian enjoys spending his free time with friends and family. Some of his hobbies include surfing the warm waters of the Pacific Northwest, riding his motorcycle, and traveling. Sebastian is joined today by his parents. Congratulations and welcome, Sebastian. Sebastian and Kyle, if you can please stand. And Deborah Scroggin, City Elections Officer, will now administer the oath of office.
I state your name.
I, Sebastian Dragomir,
Do solemnly affirm.
solemnly affirm
I will support the Constitution
I will support the constitutions
of the United States and of the state of Oregon,
of the United States and of Oregon,
the Charter of the City of Portland, and its laws.
its laws,
I will faithfully, honestly, and ethically
faithfully, honestly, and ethically
perform my duties
perform my duties
as an officer.
as an officer,
Bureau of Police
Bureau of Police,
during my continuance therein.
during my continuance therein. Thank you.
The following officers are being promoted to detective today. Jason Koenig. Jason was appointed to the Portland Police Bureau on September 13th, 2001. After finishing his training, he was assigned to Northeast Precinct. In 2008, he transferred to the Traffic Division, where he has remained for the last 10 years. Jason has numerous letters in his personnel file, including a letter from a person he pulled over for exceeding the speed limit. The man involved credited Jason with being respectful and listening to his issues, and he was eternally grateful to him. Jason was also honored with a police medal. Detective Koenig will be assigned to the Detective Division. Mitchell Oriana. Mitch was appointed to the Portland Police Bureau on July 8, 2004. He rotated through the precincts as part of his training and then worked at Central Precinct as a patrol officer. In 2011, he transferred to the Drugs and Vice Division, where he worked to combat illegal drugs and drug houses in our community. Mitch has numerous letters of commendation in his file, many of which discuss his work with neighborhood response teams to combat chronic drug houses in our community. Mitch is described by a former supervisor as positive and professional and displays a willingness to assist his coworkers in getting the job done. Detective Oriana will be assigned to the Detective Division and is joined today by his wife, Gloria, and son, Evan. Congratulations, Mitch. Rachel Sandler. Rachel was appointed to the Portland Police Bureau on December 8, 2011. She finished her training and was assigned to Central Precinct, where she has worked as a busy patrol officer. Rachel has numerous letters of commendation in her personnel file describing her work responding to car prowls, auto theft, burglaries, and violent crimes. Her supervisors describe Rachel as professional and diligent in her follow-up. Detective Sandler will be assigned to the Detective Division and is joined today by her husband, Officer David Baer. Congratulations, Rachel. Rachel, Mitch, Jason, please stand. And Deborah Scroggins will administer the oath of office for detectives.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Oriana,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
I will support the Constitution
I will support the constitutions
of the United States and the state of Oregon,
of the United States and the state of Oregon,
the Charter of the City of Portland and its laws.
the Charter of the City of Portland and its laws.
I will faithfully, honestly, and ethically
I will faithfully, honestly, and ethically
perform my duties
perform my duties
as detective.
as detective.
Bureau of Police.
Bureau of Police.
During my continuous day.
Continuous therein.
The following individuals were appointed to Commander on September 28th. Michael Frome. Mike was appointed to the Portland Police Bureau on January 21st, 1999. After completing his training rotations, he worked at Central Precinct and then as a member of the Criminal Intelligence Unit, assigned as dignitary protection to then Mayor Vera Katz. Mike then went on to Northeast Precinct before being promoted to detective. He worked in the Detective Division and then moved to East Precinct. In 2011, he was assigned as a sergeant to Central Precinct. Mike went on to work on the Burglary Task Force and the Detective Division before being promoted to lieutenant, assigned to Central Precinct, and later the Chief's Office as the Executive Officer for the Operations Branch Assistant Chief. In May of this year, Mike was promoted to captain and assigned to Central Precinct. He has numerous letters of commendation in his file, thanking him for his professionalism and strong work ethic. Mike was honored with a unit commendation as part of the Bureau's crisis intervention team and 2 life-saving medals for his response to suicidal individuals. Commander Frome is assigned to the Transit Division and is joined today by his wife Angela, father Dennis, and sister Britt. Congratulations. Andrew Shearer. Andy was appointed to the Portland Police Bureau on July 2nd, 1992. After finishing his training, he was assigned to Northeast Precinct and became a field training officer, mentoring new police recruits. In 1998, he became a detached member of the Special Emergency Reaction Team. In 2002, Andy went on to join the Youth Gun Anti-Violence Task Force, then the Gang Enforcement Team, before being promoted to sergeant in 2010. As a sergeant, Andy led officers at East and Central precincts before being assigned full-time as the tactical team leader of CERT. During his tenure, he expanded the life-saving role of CERT by developing rope cadre capabilities to set up rescue measures for persons in crisis. He was also instrumental in growing the partnership with Portland Fire and Rescue Tactical Medics and their integral role in CERT operations, as well as implementing mandatory tactical emergency casualty care training for all CERT members. In 2015, Andy was promoted to lieutenant and assigned to the Chief's office as the executive officer to the Operations and Community Services Branch Assistant Chiefs, and later as the adjutant to the Chief. In May, Andy was promoted to captain and has continued to oversee the Tactical Operations Division. Andy has received over 40 letters of commendation and has been honored with the Portland Police Bureau's Distinguished Service Medal, Achievement Medal, and 4 unit commendation medals, 2 of them with valor related to his assignment at CERT. Andy is a graduate of the FBI National Academy, the PERF Senior Management Institute for Police, the Oregon Association of Chiefs of Police Law Enforcement Executive Leadership Institute, has a bachelor's degree in Administration of Justice, and is currently pursuing a master's degree in Strategic Leadership with a focus in crisis management through the University of Charleston. Andy enjoys volunteering his time with local charities. He has been a member of the Portland Police Torch Run and has led the Bureau Polar Plunge team to raise money and awareness in support of Special Olympics. He serves as a board member of the Portland Police Sunshine Division. Commander Scheer will remain at the Tactical Operations Division. His youngest son, Cole, could not be here today as he is currently attending the University of Arizona. He is joined today by his wife, Jenny, eldest son, Jake, father, Bill, in-laws, Bill and Helen Beers, sisters, Anna Rydell and Elsa Young, niece, Addie Rydell, brother-in-law and former Multnomah County prosecutor, Mike Rydell, and is joined in spirit and always by his mother, Tony. Congratulations. I would like to introduce Police Chief Daniel Outlaw, who will now say a few words.
Thank you. Welcome. I'm gonna need some help today, though. I usually don't, but I know there's a special person out there in the audience that I think that can help me come up here and say my remarks. Addie, can you come up here and keep me company, please? Addie, how old are you? 10. 10? And am I told that you're thinking about being a police officer? Okay, so do you mind just standing up here with me? Sure. Make me less nervous? Okay, all right, cool. Come stand here. So, I generally have prepared remarks, and everyone in the room for the most part knows that I tend to go astray sometimes too. And I'll probably do that just given just what's on my mind today. But I want to welcome our new police officers here, welcome our families, and welcome our colleagues here as well. To our new officers, let me talk to you first. We had the opportunity to speak at length for about the last hour or so. And generally what we do is myself and the rest of the executive team, we provide an opportunity. We provide an opportunity for them to ask questions of us, but we really just offer some nuggets of advice. And what I prefer to do is share with them what they won't read on a brochure or what a recruiter won't tell you. It's the real live, down and dirty. This is what happens to you when you become a police officer. And they were extremely receptive and still excited after all of that. So I think that's important to point out. But to the families, just so you know a little bit of what I shared with them, I started off by, and it wasn't just myself, but it was others, I started off by saying that this is not a job where you get pleases and thank yous every day. But we're not here for that, and we all know that. We are all servant leaders, and this is a calling. But if we come into this job expecting gratitude and thank yous all the time, this is not the job for you. And they knew that, acknowledged it, and they're still sitting here and they still got sworn in. And that's what's great. With all of that said, this is one of the best jobs you could ever do. There's nothing more gratifying than going out in the community and serving, being that one when someone is at the lowest of the low at times, or maybe just needs a question answered in a smile by a local police officer. So there's some highs and some lows. Take it all in stride. I also shared with them to remain who they are. Don't let this job define you. Allow the values that you bring and what you bring define how you do the job. Remember what makes you happy. Continue to do that. And we're going to be relying upon you family members as well to make sure that they maintain that balance in their lives. So that's a little bit of what we were talking about. I said some more and probably a little bit more colored language. I won't say that here. But it was a good discussion. And again, I'm glad to have you on board. I'm glad that you selected PPB. You see all these people in the back of the room, family members, this is their new family as well. And you see, half the time we stand up because we got to have our back to the wall. We don't want anything behind us. But we stand in the back to show you that we have your backs as well. Once PPB, always PPB. Don't forget that. You are now a part of this family and we have their back. So please, I know there's some family and parents in here that are a little anxious and a little nervous about what's to come, but they're in good hands, very, very good hands. To those getting promoted today, congratulations again. But know, and I know that you know this, but know again, I just want to gently remind you, don't take these promotions lightly. And what I mean by that is you are now part of not only an amazing time culturally in how we do business, but you are part of amazing time internally here. There's a lot of amazing and great and new and creative and innovative things going on in the department as we continue to progress forward, and you are leading that change. And I am relying upon you heavily to make sure that all of the work, the good work that's being done, will be sustained throughout all of our careers and beyond. Our detectives, wow, congratulations to you. We all know that we also rely upon you very, very heavily. Not just to get the work done, but to be that face. When you interact with victims, suspects, whoever it is, partners, with the DA's office, we rely upon you to represent PPB not only in a professional and courteous way, but in a very compassionate and dignified way. And you were promoted to these positions because we were very confident that you could do that. So thank you. Thank you for being willing to step up and take the challenge. Commander, same thing. Very same thing. An exciting time. It might seem like a lot is being placed on your shoulders, but you are in these seats because we knew that you can do it. So thank you to you as well for being willing to step up, take on the extra workload, and to share some of the face time. Because we, the executive team, we can't be everywhere. And we're going to be relying upon you to pick up some of that as well. So again, thank you for stepping up. This is a great bunch of people. And the amount of people in this room really speaks to the support that you have. So the same way I told the new officers, don't forget who you are, where you came from, I'm going to tell everybody else, detectives and commanders, don't forget who you are and where you came from. Don't forget what makes you happy. Don't forget what your hobbies are. Don't let this job change you. And the commanders over there looking at me like, yeah, until you call me on my day off, and yeah, they're laughing. You say that in front of them. But we're all in it together. If you're here, I'm here. We all know that. So with that said, again, for those of you who aren't as familiar with what's going on in the city, there's a lot being placed on the shoulders of our police officers nowadays. Not just nationally, but here in the city. When we talk about, or if I'm asked about the issues that we face as law enforcement, I find myself talking a lot about how the police interact with those who are homeless and what our role is in dealing with livability issues. If you watch the news, you see that more and more we're being asked to deal with crowd control, crowd management situations, mass demonstrations. There's a lot of scrutiny around that. Depending on who you speak to, we do too much, and then we do too little. But the folks that you see sitting up here, the folks around the room, have all been an amazing part of making sure that whatever it is that we do, however we respond, it's balanced, it's constitutional, it's fair, and we continue to grow. Each and every time we debrief and we say, okay, how can we do better? We did this great, but how can we do this better? We're also under a settlement agreement, if you hadn't heard. There's a lot of progress that's been made there, but we don't talk about it in terms of being a settlement agreement anymore. It's just policy, because it's the right thing to do. And we've moved the needle quite a bit in the last several years. So that, coupled with the public scrutiny, coupled with what's going on in the country, really can add a lot to your loved one's plate. And just know that everyone in this room, we're here to support each other. They can handle it, that's why they're here. And obviously I'm here to make sure that we're all on the right path and leading the way. So with all of that said, as the family of the new police officers, as they move on to DPSST and they go through training, I share and joke with the families and laugh and say, just look forward to being test dummies. Control holds, bent wrists, handcuffs, all the new moves that we learned, you're gonna be practiced on. So it's an exciting time for everybody, but I just want to say thank you again for entrusting your loved ones to us. Thank you very much for sharing this very special occasion, and I look forward to seeing most of you at graduation. Thank you. Thank you, Addie. You have anything to say?
No.
Okay.
Thank you for coming.